Sunny days are here, my friends. This is Chucky from Collecting for Fun, and today we are going to be reviewing this Lego retro set here that Lego had done for the Sesame Street franchise. This, my friends, is set 21324. This is a now retired set from Lego Ideas. It comes with 6 minifigures. You can see Oscar the Grouch there. We got Elmo. We got Cookie Monster. We got Ernie and Bert right there, and Big Bird. This thing is a fairly decent sized set. It's about 10 inches in height or 24 centimeters, 15 inches in width, and a depth of 21 centimeters or 9 inches. Okay, and let's have a quick peek around this whole set here, and then we're going to dive into all the little Easter eggs that are here. Now, I will be honest, I have not watched this show in decades. Decades. I used to grow up on this show. I think many of us did. And now that it's the start of the school year, I figure, you know what? For me, school, the fun thing about school when I was young was Sesame Street when I was in kindergarten and pre-kindergarten. And yeah, this brings back a lot of childhood memories for me. So you can see right on there, 123 Sesame Street. That's the name of the set there. We have, let's look at the minifigures. I think these are the standouts of the set here. We got Big Bird here. It's a very unique minifigure right here. You can see Big Bird looks they did a pretty good job on this mold. This looks like Big Bird. So this is a special mold there. The wings don't move that much. They kind of swing like this, and the head does not move at all. Just sits right on top. This is a pretty good minifigure. And this one will go into Big Bird's nest over here. We'll have a look at there. You can see Snuffleupagus, and in the portrait of Snuffleupagus, we got a picture of Mr. Hooper. Now, Mr. Hooper, I was alive when Mr. Hooper died. And I remember that episode when they had everyone was sad about Mr. Hooper's death. And it really hit home because that was the first time they really addressed death in a children's show. And so that was quite something when we were watching that live. We got Big Bird's teddy bear. Apparently, this bear's name is Radar. I had forgotten he had a teddy bear. You can see like some leaves in here for the nest. I think that's his mailbox right there. Or is this the mailbox? I'm not sure what this is. This might be his mailbox. I am not certain. I can't remember. As I said, I haven't watched this show in years. There's a little birdhouse there, flowers, and there's a window going inside to someone's apartment. So that, my friends, is Big Bird, and this is his corner right there. We got the doors into Sesame Street here. We got not the easiest to open. I'm going to see if I can push it open from the other side. Let's put this camera down so we can do so. So this, I don't know if these doors actually open. Oh yeah, they do open, but you have to push them in, not push out like I was trying to do. So those doors do open going in. And so as we go into the thing, we go into a bedroom here. And I do not know if the bottom bedroom, it looks like I see monsters. So I assume the bottom part, this has got to be Elmo's apartment. Now, I grew up pre-Elmo, so I didn't know too much about Elmo as a character until obviously he got super, super popular. And so there's a couple things here, Easter eggs. There's a picture of him with some monsters, and there's a telephone there. We got a little rocket. We got a goldfish over there. I think that's Dorothy the goldfish. We got a stuffed rabbit over here, or a rabbit. You got pictures of his friends. I think those are monster friends of his. Let me see what's inside. Is there anything inside the drawers? There's something in the drawer there. I'm not sure what that white brick is. I don't know if that's anything important. And there's nothing else on top there. Very good. There's a train. This is the train that goes around the bed. And there's some kind of ball there. I don't know if that drawer opens. I don't know. It's too far in for my finger to get in there. So let's have a look at Elmo. Let's grab Elmo. Whoop, I just knocked down something. Put that there. There's Elmo. Now, Elmo, that is a pretty good Lego figure of Elmo. You can see his face there. Simple body. There's nothing too crazy. I think there might be a little hairline crack in that figure. Yeah, it must have dropped at some point in time. Oh, no, it's all around. So maybe that's the way it is. And we got the head sculpt there. Let me just move back just a hair because I'm having trouble focusing. And you can see the little ripples of the head coming out of there. So, yeah, very good. So let's have a look at how that he would just kind of lie on his bed or just hang out in his room. So we'll just have him hang out in his room there. Pretty simple minifig, but very satisfying as far as minifigure. It looks like Elmo. I remember the tickled me Elmo face. My goodness, that was a toy that's very hard to get for your kids at that time. I do not know who this is. I know it's a character in Sesame Street, and but this is past when I started watching again. I think this one's Elmo's friend. I don't know the significance of this garden and the wand there, but if you watch I guess the show in the '90s, maybe late '80s, because that's after, like this is way after I started watching. That's there. There's a little cafeteria here, right there, and there's a room here. We can see the count. There's a vampire bat up there. I am not sure what that is. Looks like some kind of thermostat. And I do not know what this thing on top is, but I'm sure it's pretty significant, but I just don't know what it is. Picture of a train over there. I think that's Guy smiling. There's a VHS tape going on there. So this is Cookie Monster's room. You can see his little chair, sofa chair. There's a cookie right there. So let's go grab Cookie Monster. So Cookie Monster is very similar to Elmo. And you got the two cookies there. He's got the googly eyes there. Got the little fur on his head. They could have did more with both Elmo and Cookie Monster with the body prints, with a little bit adding a little bit more hair on it. But I mean, it is what it is. So for all intents and purposes, not too bad, not too bad. Are they perfect minifigures? No, but they are decent enough. I just popped the cookie off his hand there, and yeah, Cookie Monster loves his cookies. Let's just put it that way. He absolutely loves his cookies. That's the name, and he's always eating those cookies. So let's plop him over here. And we got Oscar the Grouch here. Now, Oscar, you can see he's got a couple things in there. There's a tire. He's got two of these little hearts there. I don't know what that little, I don't know what that is. Some kind of rotten fruit. There's a pizza box there. We got Oscar here. You never really see much of, you never actually see Oscar's body. You just usually see his head and his arms. I don't know if there's nothing in his trash can, but there we have Oscar there. Oh, let's see what else is coming in here. Outside of Ernie and Bert, we have Mr. Hooper's place. You can see it says Hooper's. There is a newspaper here. Let's see what's on the print there. Super Grover saves the day again. Yeah, I would love to have seen Grover in this set, but it is what it is. And what's that? It says something shortage. Winter porridge shortage. Interesting. There's a carrot there. Fire hydrant. Let's see here. It's hard to see what's actually inside this area. Yeah, it's too hard for me to get in there. Let's see if I can pop the door open. Maybe we can get in from that way. Some prints on there. So there's a little cafeteria in there as well. We have Ernie and Bert. Let's get Ernie and Bert in there. Let me zoom out. Get Ernie and Bert. So Ernie has got his rubber ducky right there. Good print. I mean, this is Ernie. Voiced by Jim Henson before he passed away. And then we have Bert here. And Bert, voiced by Frank Oz, if I'm not mistaken. Also the voice of Grover and Yoda and Miss Piggy. So here's Bert. So here we go there. And this looks like Bert. He looks like a weird, got a kind of like a banana head going on. And Bert's always the stuck up one, and Ernie's the one that always likes to have fun. So there are their beds up there. They are bunk buddies there. I guess they're not actually bunk buddies. They don't sleep in the same bed, but they're at the same bedroom. So we'll put Ernie and Bert here. We'll put Bert. We'll put Bert right there on his chair. You can see the portrait of them. I don't know what's on there. Some kind of colorful buttons. I don't know. Oh, I think this is Bert's button collection and his paperclip collection. And then we got the lamp. I don't know what that ball is. Is that a bowling ball? There's a dinosaur up there. There's a clock. I think those are books. And then, and of course, we have to have Ernie inside with his rubber ducky there in the bathtub. And it's got some like a special light up there. And there's a book. Let's see what's in the book here. Oh, what's that? Oh, cooking with oatmeal. That's got to be Bert's book. That has to be Bert's book. All right, up in here we got pigeons. All right, I know. I think it's Ernie love. Oh no, Bert loves pigeons, so that's probably his on the roof there, and you can see the roof up top of Sesame Street's building. And this is 123 Sesame Street because it's the building 123 at Sesame Street, the street that they live on. So this is a fairly interesting build. I really like this build. I wish they still sold it, but they long retired this. I think it's been retired for about a year or two. But with school coming, I figured, oh, I'm gonna pull this retro set out. It was a fun build to do. If you love Sesame Street and you're able to get a hand on this set, I think you're gonna love this set. It's a really cool set there. Fun to build. Brings back great memories. I haven't watched this show in decades, many decades. And so this I'm glad it's still around in some form of iteration. It is just pure innocence and fun, and really did help with that early learning, with numbers and reading and things like that. So very, very, very cool set there. Oh, I just knocked down the phone. Let me see if I can fix that. Yeah. So yeah, this is Chucky from Collecting for Fun. I hope you enjoyed this review of this retro set here. And yeah, for all the kids going back to school, I hope you guys have a wonderful school year. And again, this is Chucky from Collecting for Fun. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for supporting the channel by watching and subscribing and sharing this with your friends that also love Lego. So take care, guys. We will see you next time. Bye.